And for more on these primary results, we're joined by NTD News contributor Mike Leon. He's the Policy and Strategy Director of the Free and Equal Elections Foundation and the host of the news commentary podcast, Can We Please Talk? Mike, good to see you. In South Carolina, Representatives Nancy Mace and William Timmons, both endorsed by former President Trump, won their primaries, as we just heard. How do you think these victories reflect Trump's influence on the Republican Party, and what might it mean for the general election?
Hey, Steph, good to see you as always. Yeah, so both of them won, and the margin of victory, too, for Nancy Mace was pretty wide, 57 to 30%. So I look at these numbers, and by the way, shout out to everybody who's continuing to vote in the primary process. I think people forget that there are races like this happening, primaries and runoffs, with respect to, either on the Republican or Democratic side, and facing the incumbents come November. But I think for Nancy Mace, she's been the ire of Trump, and now she recently got a Trump endorsement. So they've had a rocky relationship. But there were some other challengers in the state that had gotten some funding outside from Kevin McCarthy's group. And for Nancy Mace to win by this large a margin, remember, she endorsed Trump when he was in the primary process and not Nikki Haley. Representative Ralph Norman was the only one to actually endorse her from the state. So I think it says a lot about Trump's hold in South Carolina. But again, South Carolina is a state that is Republican through and through. And so I'd be shocked if she were to lose in November. But she got past this challenge so far in this primary.
Okay, let's turn to Nevada. Sam Brown won the Republican Senate primary there, and he'll face incumbent Senator Jackie Rosen in November. Given Nevada's status as a swing state, how significant is Brown's victory for the GOP, and what challenges does he face against Rosen?
Yeah, Brown's got a unique story because Nevada, nobody has won on the Republican side from the Senate since 2012. No presidential candidate has won since 2004 in Nevada. It's only 6 electoral votes. But in terms of the Senate race, I know he was going up against somebody who I happen to know personally, and Dr. Jeff Gunter, who was a former ambassador to Iceland. He's been on a couple of NTD shows before. And I think Sam's got an interesting case because, he's a former Army veteran. Obviously, he suffered some wounds in battle, and I think he can carry that message. And Jackie Rosen, on the Democratic side, from recent polling, is only up about 6 or 7 percentage points. And you mentioned it, Steph. Nevada's a battleground state. Nevada, Arizona, North Carolina, Virginia. These are some of the states, including Pennsylvania and Michigan and Ohio. Those are the states that are really going to boil down to not only the presidential race, but these key Senate and House races. Remember, every House seat is up for grabs, and there's a few Senate seats that are going to be up for grabs. And right now, Democrats control the chamber at a 51 to 49 clip. So I'd be interesting to see what happens. Again, numbers have shown that Nevada hasn't been won, like I mentioned before, on the Republican side, but it could flip this year.
Yeah, I'll be watching closely. Thank you so much, Mike Leon. Great to see you as always.
Thanks, Steph.